Now here is your income and expense projection roll-up. This is a roll-up from all the other work that you did, and you'll see in this worksheet there are no green fields. There is nothing for you to add in here. And so this will summarize everything, all the other work that you've done here. So this is great for printing out for partners or whatever. That it's just a little bit cleaner than the G&A input with all these green fields in it. So the income and expense, there's nothing to do here, but lots to see here. Now, balance sheet is a whole nother animal. This is probably going to be the absolute most difficult thing, if you don't know balance sheets already, for you to wrap your head around. Now, this is as automated as I could possibly make it and still keep it comprehensive for your consideration as you go through and learn balance sheets. Now, I don't teach balance sheets specifically because it really is an accounting task, and you'll see why in just a minute, but I am going to give you an overview. So here again, anything in green is a manual entry. Anything that's not in green and has a number in it means it's already linked to either the income and expense or the G&A input as it gets calculated and reported from all the other work that you did in this workbook. So the only thing you would need to do in these particular columns is to start off with a particular number. If you already have some inventory or you've already made deposits on accounts and things like that. All these other ones that are completely green fields, I left these in here, and these are things that you wouldn't necessarily really be able to predict. So these are going to be manual entry numbers, and the issue with that is as soon as you start entering manual numbers up in your assets section, there needs to be a corresponding negative or opposite sign, negative, positive, of what you did up here in order for this balance sheet to stay in balance. And there's some really cool checks throughout that if you get this out of balance, you're going to have to go in, and it's probably going to be in one of these areas, one of these green areas where you entered the number. But most of these green areas that are highlighted or green throughout the 60 months, I really don't anticipate, early stage small businesses really to use these very much. So for now, I would suggest leave all these green fields as blank. Do not try and adjust them until you get a little further down the road in your understanding of accounting and projection accounting, and really stick to the summaries here that wind up here. The income and expense and the G&A input ultimately are going to be your real most important tools to really drill down on what it takes not only to make what you're selling and the costs that go into it and the direct costs that go into it, but it's also going to determine what are all the other parts of your business that you need to have included to project all those G&A expenses. So just like we were doing back here in the features and benefits of what does it take, this is where you really want to start taking a look at, are in these areas any steps, labor, materials that are required. Those are the types of things you want to consider in your cost of goods sold, as well as your batch prep. Are there any special steps that would make your labor longer? Are there any expensive items that need to go in here to reflect what your features and benefits are that you're promoting yourself with out to your prospective customers and target markets? So balance sheet is tricky. I'll be the first to admit that. I still struggle with balance sheets to a large extent, a little bit of head scratching going on here. But if you're planning on applying for an SBA loan, your SBA packager will certainly take your income and expense, and they can tweak this if needed. But if all of these are zeros still, all these green areas, if they stay zero, as you make updates to your G&A input and the income and expense gets updated, the balance sheet is going to automatically update and it will stay in balance. So thank you for watching, and hope this has encouraged you to dig into the food truck business. It's pretty exciting these days, especially with some of the different things that you can do in addition to just your standard food truck. Since you've got customers in front of you, what are some of the related type things that you can do in your product lineup to boost your revenue and even attract other customers that might not have been attracted without these related products being available. So thanks a lot for watching, and if you have any questions, please get a hold of us. We're more than happy to help in any way that we can. We also have some other versions for food trucks and other types of businesses that go into a lot more detail and a lot of other detail schedules that are all interlinked together. And so you can check out those products at bizcore4casts.com. Thanks again for watching.